Hello everybody, Buddy with Midland, Texas. Got a little video here, come from a Facebook post I did, and it's started with, I put the title on it, said, Heather said, I think it's a sex trafficking ring, and I think it is too. I'm going to jump right in here, short read. I'm going to show you some screenshots of what was said. Heather O'Donnell from Hobbs, New Mexico heard about me being shot with my phone lines cut and burglar alarms going off in the attic, and then contacted me on Facebook. I didn't know Heather before this, but I knew her family as she's related to my friend Doug King. We went to high school together, and I know several members of his family. She told me that she lived at 2606 East Sunset Circle in Hobbs, New Mexico. That's where I'm from. And that she had been hearing things in my attic. I told her that I'd documented many other homeowners reporting people in the attic since I was shot with burglar alarms going off in my attic. The Hobbs police had called her crazy, or said she's on drugs, I think, which is the same thing that happened to me. They call me crazy. And most of the other crime victims, I think that's what they do. They call them all crazy. It's the modus operandi for covering up this organized crime. We have a police corruption problem. It's not a what if could be. I saw a young Hispanic guy in my attic. I was shot with burglar alarms going off in my attic. It's my belief the criminals have rigged these homes with hidden access to allow these burglars and theft of services, and most of the time it's from a tunnel up a wall which has crawl space into the attic. My first suspects are the neighbors, since this is the shortest path for the tunnel and the least amount of work. My guess is this is connected with human trafficking. It's a large human trafficking ring. Heather also told me that she says that she thinks this is a sex trafficking ring, and I think that's very possible too. One day I told the ex-wife, I know about the tunnels, I've already called the DEA. She thought about what I said, then looked me in the eye and slowly said, I'm not a part of a prostitution ring. I didn't say anything about prostitution. This is what told me that's what the tunnels were being used for, was for sex trafficking. There were other conversation clues too. I have a screenshot at the bottom. The most amazing thing that she told me was that she'd been dating this guy named Donnie. Now we're talking about Heather again. Heather and Hobbs had been dating a guy named Donnie Cobb, and that he told her one night that him and his friends shot this guy. I said, in Hobbs? And she said, no, in Midland. I'm going, wow, in Midland. Maybe he shot me. I then wondered if Donnie and his friends were the one under my home that had shot me. Cobb is also the last name of the wealthy mayor in Hobbs, and I wondered if they were related and or some bribes had been made to cover up the fact that somebody had broken into my home, cut my phone lines, and shot me. There's got to be some reason for everything, for this lawlessness. I sent screenshots of this to law enforcement. It's very common here. Nothing happened. I believed her, so if they hadn't shot me, then I believe he shot somebody here. It seems like this violent gang has some kind of special permission from law enforcement to murder whoever they want without worry of the law. Break into any home, kill who they want, and not even worry about it. After I made this public, Heather contacted me real upset and said that her mom's boyfriend was killed, and told me, you made me get me killed now because I went public with what she told me. I wondered if her mom's boyfriend was killed by Donnie, his friends, or the group of criminals that were rigging homes with hidden access. Interestingly, I believe her home is on the home on Sunset was built by the Callaways in Hobbs, and it was Ann and Don Callaway that built my home in Hobbs on Rolling Meadows. They built it and the one next to it, and I suspected there was a tunnel between them with these same crimes happening to me. That was my former in-laws. I felt sorry for her, knowing that we live in this lawless environment. But we don't want to forget that she told me about a violent crime, and I won't keep that secret. What if they go on to shoot somebody else? That innocent blood's on my hands. Somebody comes to me and says, oh, I'm going to tell you about this murder, but don't say anything. That's not going to happen, folks. I'm going to say something. I'm required by law. You're required by law. I don't know who shot me inside my own home, but I do know that a large group of Midland Police Department officers, notice I tagged them, and that way they know that this was written on the internet. A large group of Midland police officers, Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, were under my home on the night that somebody under my home shot me. And that wasn't on the police report. They falsified the police report. Okay, but I have evidence proving that. They've been obstructing justice when it's their job to arrest these violent criminals. And after being told that 4 people had died here at my house before they cut my phone lines and shot me, looks like many people have been killed by the same group, and they don't have anybody to stop them. We're going to look at some screenshots real quick. This was Heather when she wrote me. Like I said, I didn't know her. He says he tried to kill me with drugs. And I said, I believe you. I went away, went to the hospital. His name is Donnie Cobb. Okay. I looked it up. I Googled it and I said, is it this guy? And she sent this picture. This guy right here. So it was Donnie Cobb that I found on the internet. Okay. And then she goes on and says, I'm asking, is it related to Ryan Cobb? Because I think it was Lisa Rogers' son. I think it's Ryan Cobb, and Lisa Rogers is the one that told me I shot with a .45 handgun, and he's from Hobbs. Anyway, she says, I think this is a sex trafficking ring. I think it's a sex trafficking ring too. But here's the big part. It says, when Donnie was drunk and he and his friend shot a guy, you know, and I'm like, in Hobbs? And she says, Midland. I'm going, wow, who was his friend? I didn't find out who the friend was, who they shot. But I did get that information, and like I said, I wasn't going to keep it secret. You know, that's all there is to it. Here I got some more screenshots here. If anything happens to me, I live at 2606, so she's worried for her life, you know, and I'm pretty much scared all of the time. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. You know, I feel sorry for her, and you know, and I hope we can see justice. She started out with, I've been hearing things in my attic, and she ain't the only. It ain't just me and Heather. I documented 50 other homeowners. That's why I think that maybe this guy, Donnie Cobb, shot me because she was having people in her attic. And like I said, she was related to Doug King, and there's another name on the Facebook. Okay, I said, you know, my mom's boyfriend was killed, which I didn't know. You may get me killed now, and I hate that. You know, I mean, I hate that, but you know, we're trying to get these criminals arrested, and you know, and we've just lost rule of law. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. God bless you.